Hello and welcome to Week In. Tonight we're talking about the Irish telephone service. I'm standing now in the tiny town of Carbury. It's only 33 miles from the centre of Dublin, our capital city. Yet to make a phone call from here to Dublin, to any other part of the country, or even 100 yards up the road, I'm depending on the services of Kathleen Broderick, the local postmistress who runs the manual telephone exchange. And truth to tell, her contribution to the service is by far the most reliable. It's the kind of image that the telephone service in this country has, outdated, outmoded. But in fact, these kind of manual exchanges represent only 5% of the total in the country. Within 2 years, most of those should have been replaced. And even so, in a tiny little hamlet like this, it might be unreasonable to expect a telephone service of the quality one might demand in the city. So what about those who do live close to the city and who do demand a high-class telephone service? Tallaght was conceived as a new satellite town serving Dublin, projected ultimate population 100,000. But services at the moment are far from adequate. As yet, there's no hospital, the buses are bad, and many people have difficulty in coping with the very scale of the place. In a suburban area of this size, where couples with young children are isolated by distance from their family roots, communications of all kinds are vitally important, and in particular, the telephone is. This is the public telephone kiosk, which serves Ailesbury, Tallagh's largest and fastest growing estate with almost 1,000 houses. But this kiosk isn't even on Ailesbury Estate, it's in the adjoining Old Bawn. And more important, at the moment, it's not working. This is part of the phone, there's the rest. On Ailesbury Estate, it's possible to knock on just about any door at random and get the same angry, frustrated response about the telephones.
We've been living here 3 years.
Did you apply for a phone?
We did, yes.
How long ago?
Roughly about 2 years.
Yeah. How frustrated do you feel by the lack of a phone?
I feel that we really need phones because if children were sick or anything during the night, you have to go right out of the estate, and as you probably know, there's been a child burned in the estate all through having no phone.
How important would a phone be to you?
Well, it's essential as regards my husband's employment. He badly needs it. And as regards the children, if they were taken sick or that, the nearest phone is actually it's down in the pub, and more often than not that's not working,
If people have to get in touch with your husband at the moment, in the business sense, how do they manage?
Well, it's done through friends of his. Someone has to ring a friend of his and they in turn come out to him,
Drive out?
Yes, yeah. By word of mouth, that's it.
Well, we have to go down to the phone box, and there again, here, if you're lucky, if you get a phone box that's intact, there's either no phones or the place it's in bits, So you can try about 3 or 4 before you get one that's...
And if you had to make a call, you have to go down to the pub down the road, which would take a queue, yeah. And a phone for us is really our life. It's our money, isn't it? We can't do anything without a phone.
Jim, if you want to make a telephone call, where do you have to go to?
We have 3 choices, and they don't always work. One is the local pub, which have this they switch on if the local publican is using his own phone. He switches it upstairs, switch is gone.
It means that when he is using the phone for family purposes...
Or for business purpose.
Who go in can't use it.
That's right. Okay. We're out of order there.
What's choice number 2?
Choice number 2 is a local telephone over there to your left, which hasn't been working for the past 9 weeks.
That's a kiosk.
A kiosk, that's right. We haven't got it. It's not on Ailesbury Estate, though. It's on... say Old Bawn's estate.
How far away is it from you now?
Oh, a quarter of a mile. To drive to it, to run to it, you'd run in about 10 minutes or so, 7 minutes.
But that hasn't been working for 9 weeks.
That's right. The third one is the parish priest's house, Father Delahunt. But then to be troubling him every so often, it's just not on for 700 houses here.
How far away is he from you?
Probably be 500 yards across the open space there, which is you can't go across that open space at times anyway. If it has been raining, it gets flooded waterlogged, you have to do a detour to him.